Now you're cigar smoking.
So last week we had a liberal woman on. This week we have a conservative woman on.
You should put the headline, 3 conservatives versus 1 liberal girl.
3 conservatives.
So we're smoking the Gobernador.
I just said the gob on my knob.
All right,
The Gobernador.
Gobernobber.
Is it on me?
Gobernador.
You are tuning in to the Cigar Guys podcast, where aficionados and newcomers alike gather to explore the vast cigar universe. Meet your host, Alexander Gonzalez, Mark Nikollaj, his big little brother Zachary Nikollaj, and Jared Burrows. So sit back, light up, and let's get the conversation started.
Thank you guys for tuning into another episode of the Cigar Guys podcast. We are here back in the studio once again, bringing you the breaking news of last week. All right, I'm here with Mark Nikollaj.
how we doing?
Jared Burrows,
Welcome.
and special guest Brianna, Ray, Sansone, Gonzalez.
Hello.
Are you keeping your last name too?
No, I just haven't changed it yet because I don't want to change my passport yet.
Oh.
It's her maiden name. You know how marriages work?
No, the maiden name becomes not real anymore.
Amen to that. So we're going to, first of all, Zach's here too, somewhere. We're going to be talking about, first of all, some new releases that we were held at gunpoint to discuss today. So we're going to talk about a couple different cigars. Mark and I, we're going to talk about this one first. We're smoking the newest release of the Powstanie line.
And me.
Zach's smoking it too, actually. So, Powstanie, Cigar Hustler, Poshvik, something cigars, all the other names, are releasing the Mexican San Andres version of their Powstanie line with a
Nice.
band upgrade. So, it's got the black band with the red
Yeah, it looks good.
details.
I like it.
Poland represent.
Yeah, so they have, from what I understand, this is going to be I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but they're going to phase out their broadleaf. But anyway, they've got their usual sizes, the Toro, the Robusto, Bellicoso, Perfecto, and the Corona coming later this year. Price ranging from, as far as we know, $13.50 all the way up to $16 for the Toro. We're
Not bad.
smoking the Robusto right now. Mexican San Andres wrapper with a Ecuadorian Habano binder and a Nicaraguan and Dominican blend for the filler.
How do you like it so far?
Sounds familiar.
I don't sound familiar.
Can I taste it?
I think we've gotten we've talked about this recently. We're running out of originality here, so we got to start copying each other. No, I'm just kidding. But it is a similar brand to a lot of stuff that's come out more specifically from us. But
It's a very different flavor though.
you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
I got to get more into it. Definitely. I mean, the
It's got a lot
beginning is
more
different.
spice up front.
Up front spice? I think so
Yeah.
too, yeah. I agree. So, yeah, we just got these in today. We're going to smoke them. Mark, Zach, and I, the OG Cigar Guys, mind you, are going to be updating you on this cigar as we get through different discussions and stuff like that.
And Jared, what are you smoking again?
He has no idea.
I was waiting for Alex to announce it first.
So we have, I got to read the box because I got to remember the name. So this cigar came from Cigar Factory, New Orleans.
Yes.
Out of New Orleans. And they have given us the Don Tristan de Luna, otherwise known as the Don Luna. This size is the Gobernador, otherwise known as the Governor. This is a 6x56 Toro, so it's a much larger ring gauge. They have based this cigar off of Spanish heritage, more specifically when the conquistadors came to Florida and established the first settlement, as it says here on the band.
Yeah.
The image on the band is a conquistador riding a horse with a Spanish flag flying behind him. The picture here on the box, you can kind of see in the bottom corner here, is a conquistador carrying a Spanish flag, and he is surrounded by other members of the fleet here.
Yeah.
Some boats in the background. They have a Robusto. It's a 5x60, so it's a much larger ring gauge Robusto, and then they have a 6.5x54 as well. So this is their cigar factory in New Orleans. This is the first cigar they've released in, I think, like 20 years. They've had a bunch of other stuff. This is their newest brand right now, but they haven't released anything new in 20 years. So they're launching this in New Orleans, and I think they also have a location in Pensacola, Florida as well. So those are kind of the places they're located at. I smoked this cigar with Jared, actually, on the previous episode of the Rob Crocker show. Black Heart Gear. We smoked it last night. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was for me, 2+ hour smoke. For Jared, it was his usual hour-long smoke. But it was
you did
very
finish
good.
it in an hour, though.
What?
You finished it in an hour. The show's only an hour long. You finished it in an hour.
But I started an hour before.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember that. Okay.
Regardless, it is a very long smoke for the average cigar smokers. A lot of smoke time. I think this one's $26, so it's up there in price.
Yeah.
But you get a good 2 hours out of it. For me, it was very spicy in the beginning, and then we're going to talk about it as Jared gets through the cigar.
Well, what are your first thoughts on it?
I did smoke one cigar previously today, but I also had some spicy food before I came here. So I don't think this is that spicy.
You're also a very heavy cigar smoker, so.
I like the band. It's very fancy.
I do like the band, yeah.
Nice red band with the imaging, like I said on there. It's got
I thought it was a God of Fire from far away.
I know. Mark got excited. It's a different $26 cigar.
Well, I saw the red box and I saw like a fancy picture on the band.
Yeah. I guess it's similar style.
Not up close, but from a distance. It
Yeah.
definitely is.
And Brianna is representing Besa Cigars today. So
I'm
we need
loyal.
Besa Rothschild because she didn't want anything spicy, as she says.
Yes.
What? So we're going to be giving you updates
Can
on
I-
this.
Is that one?
No.
Okay.
You can try later.
It's a good spice. It's not like I'm going to pussy out and put the cigar down for half an hour. You know, it's a real nice taste.
You said that like you're targeting somebody.
No, I don't think anyone's
did it
being.
sound like that?
I don't think anyone's being targeted. What I'm saying is,
Are you saying that Alex had it's 2 hours because Alex had to put it down because it's so spicy?
I don't remember him putting it down. What I'm saying is, I wouldn't personally find myself doing this. I just find myself doing this and continue to smoke it.
To me, it sounds like he's calling Alex out, saying 2 hours is way too long and that it was too spicy for his palate and he had to put it down. Zach, what are your thoughts?
There's no drama here.
I would concur. It feels very targeted. Yeah, I mean, just look at his face right now. Yeah, it's very suspect.
He was looking at Alex when he said it. Brie, what are your thoughts on this situation?
I think it was a targeted attack.
You were here.
It's very ongoing.
I was here, but if he did put it down, it was because he was working, Jared.
That's nothing to do. Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
have headphones. Is Bree talking?
If
You do need to speak up.
Okay, is this better?
Yes.
Okay.
Breaking Cigar Guy news. Jared has viciously attacked Alex. And we're trying to find the cause and the reasoning for it. Alex has been dead silent, though. So, moving on.
His lawyer will be speaking for him.
Anyway, that's breaking news on the cigar side. More updates on that later in the show. Jared could pull up his phone in case I forget some of these topics that we're going to be discussing today.
you're doing so good.
I know. But we're going to be also sharing our thoughts on some news that has come out of the greater White House recently, as I like to call it. New administration, as we previously discussed. That's all Powstanie stuff. I don't know if you're just curious and you want to read more, or if you were looking for more notes. Or
I was curious. I want to read more.
Mark is expanding his knowledge. So, what's the first point that I put there under current events?
Trump signs executive order to prohibit sex changes for anyone under the age of 19.
Ooh,
18, I think.
Did it not mean 18?
no. It says 19.
Specifically.
It specifically says 19. So he's identifying adults as anyone above the age of 18. So anyone under 19, meaning 0 to 18, is going to be prohibited from getting a sex change.
Good.
When does 0 start, though?
Oh, boy.
That is a great question. I'm sure there's another executive order coming at some point that may help us define that.
There won't be.
You don't think so?
No.
Why wouldn't there be?
He's been very much like, leave it to the States.
That's true. Oh, you're right. No, you're absolutely right about that. So it's going to be up to the states, I guess, to answer your question, Zach. In the state of Florida, unfortunately, it's like 6 weeks.
Correct. yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
But yeah, so
I mean, yeah, that executive order is like a no-brainer, right? Because like you can't, it's not like under 18 you can't do anything with your parents. You
Can't
know what I
even
mean?
drink.
Yeah.
You can get a tattoo, but you need a parent's signature off of it.
yeah, I mean, any of these privileges that we have, whether it's like, voting or getting a tattoo, you have to be at least 18 years old. Drinking in this country is 21. But getting a permanent sex change, i.e. either chopping your nuts off or
Even chemically, they're permanent. They're not.
You're absolutely right. Having a change that drastic to your body is insane, in my opinion, and allowing someone whose frontal lobe has not developed completely to make that decision is also crazy.
I think the real reason he did it under 19 is that way, like if you're known in school, because like most people turn 18 like the second part of the school year in high school. So I'm wondering if like there's any kind of school intervention where your parents aren't available to speak or help out.
Or they
You're
want to keep
technically
it
an
out
adult.
of schools.
Yeah, keep it out of schools.
So you're saying he probably did that because in most cases that would be a high schooler, essentially?
Yeah, like you're about to graduate. You're about to walk.
That is true. Yeah, because half the senior class usually turns 18 before they graduate.
Yeah,
I
like,
guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I double checked that too because I saw 19. I saw it said under 19. So I went ahead and double checked that before Mark came out and said something like that. But it does in fact say anyone under the age of 19. So what are your thoughts on that, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? I mean, like you're putting chemicals in a kid, it's going to completely change your body forever. I mean, you ever see Matt Walsh, What is a Woman?
Mm-hmm.
And then they had one lady, one person that transitioned into a lady like early on in their age. And then, back in the day, they thought it was reversible. Come to find out, it's not reversible.
No, definitely not.
So you have to keep taking hormones for the rest of your life. It's not a good thing. Yeah, like you're like ruining a kid for no reason.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of children making any decisions don't have the foresight to see the repercussions in anything.
Yeah, I mean, you change so much between the ages of like 16 to like 24.
Yeah, I used to want to be a fireman
Really?
when I was 5. I don't know, but for example, kids want to be, doctor, lawyer, fireman, whatever. They change their dream occupation so many times.
Yeah,
Obviously, that's not really that important, but it gives you an example of kids really not knowing they're not having the foresight to understand everything. Or even getting a tattoo. If you get a tattoo at a young age out of emotion, and it's something stupid, well, people that have done that, they get a tattoo and then they're like, oh, I want to get it removed, or I want to get it I don't think she has regrets, but
I don't.
I want to get it, removed or corrected because I got it when I was 18.
Or covered, and then it's just a big black splotch on their arm.
it's only me and Zach that don't have tattoos here.
I don't have a
And
tattoo.
Alex.
Oh, wow.
Oh, all three of us then.
I'm the only one with a tattoo, besides Bree right here right now,
I
obviously.
think I have 7, 8.
Teen?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Not that many. I had to stop.
Yeah, but who has
myself.
more ink? You or Mark?
Oh, Mark has more ink. Mine are like the biggest ones.
Technically, I only have 4 tattoos, and she has like 7. So
So that's just one?
this is 1, 2, 3. Oh, I got 5.
Oh, yeah. The fifth one's a favorite one.
Is it the ghost?
Yeah.
The most
You
random one.
came to Corona that one night with that.
I think he comes to Corona every night with it. Actually,
That is true. It is true.
Sometimes he just doesn't want to wear it. He
That's not just rip it off my body.
I don't do that.
See, exactly. He got a tattoo out of emotion, and now he regrets it.
I do not regret it. There's zero emotion involved.
I thought about this logically and decided to get the Snapchat logo on my ankle.
I think it fits Mark's personality pretty well.
See, I wasn't gonna get I wasn't gonna get a tattoo, and then my cousin Justin called me up. I was like, "Hey, where you
So you're
at?"
peer pressured?
He's getting a tattoo. So then I was like, "I'm gonna come say hi," because it was right by my, I was right near it. So I went and said hi, and he's like, "When are you going? I'll pay for it." I was like, "All right, whatever." So then we all get one, and then we got it from our tattoo artist. He got it did my whole arm, and then he just gave it to us for free. So pretty cool, pretty cool day. Shout out to him.
What's his name? What's his business?
I don't want to blow up too much because then he might start charging more.
Oh my god.
No, it's Inked. Instagram. His name is Juan at the Ink Shop in Altamont Springs, but his Instagram is Inked Noir. Inked Noir.
Very nice. Good handle. Jared.
All right, this one's a big one. Want me to read it?
No, what are your thoughts on the one you just read?
I went first.
Did you? Okay.
I explained the whole high school differential between you turn 18 in high school. You agreed. Then you asked Mark what his was.
Yeah, but you never gave a solid opinion.
Yeah, it's pretty wishy-washy.
Do you agree or do you not agree?
I don't really know what side you're on.
What do you mean?
I'm joking.
I
What do
think
you
it's
think?
ridiculous.
What is ridiculous?
My opinion or the new?
The topic.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
gonna change your body forever. You're gonna pump up hormones and other stuff your body's not used to and doesn't accept because a woman's body and a man's body are two different things, and then
Yeah.
messes up your mind, and then they wind up depressed. And
Yeah. And, Bree gets scared to go to the bathroom now, worrying that she's going to see
no, honestly, I do. Not
a
gonna
man
lie.
with a dress in there.
I have. Not gonna lie, I have seen somebody. Yeah.
Whoa, what?
I was in a Chick Fil A line though yesterday. A balding man with a dress on.
It's scary. It's called mental illness.
Absolutely disgusting. Anyways, what's the next topic?
All right, ready?
Sure.
So Doge and OMB also found out there are about to be 50 million taxpayer dollars that went out the door to fund condoms in Gaza, Levitt claimed. That is a preposterous waste of money, of taxpayer money. So that's the pause is focused on, and being good stewards of tax dollars.
Right. So essentially, the new White House press secretary discussed that Doge had found millions of dollars that was supposedly allocated to sending condoms to Gaza.
Absolutely crazy.
The counter to that, Jared, you can read the counter to that.
Yeah, it's weird because, Jesse Waters from Fox News said that, or at least claimed that the condoms are being used by Hamas militants as balloons to float explosives into Israel.
Is that for real?
It's been done.
That's
I
wild.
think Russia did that. Go ahead.
That's weird. According to a comprehensive report issued in September by the United States Agency of International Development, USAID, not a penny of the 60.8 million in contraceptive and condom shipments funded by the U.S. in the past year went to Gaza. In fact, the accounting shows that there were no condoms sent to any part of the Middle East, and just one shipment of $45,000 in oral and injectable contraceptives. Was sent to the region. It was all distributed by the government of Jordan.
So we have Elon Musk and Doge claiming that this money, in fact, was spent on condoms and sent to the region of Gaza. And we have other people that claim it's not entirely true. So we don't really know what is true. You can decide which side you want to believe, or maybe wait till this more information potentially comes out. Personally, my opinion doesn't surprise me at all that some bullshit like this would come out of the previous administration. What do you think, Mark?
I think it's all a money laundering scheme. So there's probably 50 million labeled as for condoms, but it's probably going towards something else that somebody else was pocketing.
Even if it was for condoms, why are we sending contraceptives to another country with our own tax dollars?
No, I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
The whole
So they
thing.
can't repopulate and start another war.
I'm just curious where the claim came from that they were using the condoms as balloons to send explosives into Israel. I'm just curious where that originated from.
I'm reading it right here.
I would love to see the video of that, just like a flying condom.
I saw pictures, but I don't know. I mean, it's possible, I guess.
Should we test that out on the Cigar Guys YouTube channel?
Yeah, we should. Condom balloons?
But first, we're gonna need some.
It wouldn't be the first time the U.S. government spent money on condoms, though.
I was just thinking that actually about when they made oversized ones.
Yeah, they made like
Or helium.
they made like extra large condoms and dropped them in like a foreign country to make the other country think that like we got big dicks and we're gonna, you know. Oh yeah,
When was this?
Do you remember what country that was?
I don't. I want to say Vietnam, but I don't think it was Vietnam.
I thought it was
that's what
Germany.
I-
I thought it was during the
I was
whole.
going to say it's either Germany or Russia.
I think it was Germany.
Yeah, when they were about to fight the Nazis.
Yeah.
I actually think I do remember hearing about this, like briefly.
Fucking whoever thought of that is a genius.
It was like the equivalent to Mark back then.
You know that guy just was like big condoms.
he was definitely like, yo, there's this one time my girl cheated on me with another guy, so I left a huge condom in her car, so her new boyfriend would see it and he'd be intimidated.
That might backfire though, because what if the girl thinks it's his?
Well, she's gonna find out.
Thankfully, I don't think they had all that back then.
Condoms?
No, like
Cheating?
no, like
Like what?
wanting to be a different gender.
Oh, what?
Didn't you just say that? Like
No.
saying it was hers?
No.
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh, I thought you meant like. Never mind.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
All right, should I move on to the next point?
Yeah, you can.
All right. Trump administration calls for independent news outlets, including podcasts, social media personalities, etc., to apply for White House press passes, which is awesome and huge.
Yeah, I think that's a big deal, actually. I mean, you see a lot more like smaller influencers and things like that giving out better news than the news stations, anyways. So
And it's independent reporting. Better than news stations, anyways.
Would Charlie Kirk be under that label?
if you apply for it.
Yeah, it could be.
The Cigar Guys could be.
Mm.
Yeah, I think
It'd be cool to see Matt Walsh in there.
I don't know if it's explicitly stated, but I think you have to have a history of discussing or producing news related content. So maybe not this year, maybe next year. You do have to also pay for your own travel to get there, which I mean that makes sense. Let me know. We could always try it at some point and see. But yeah, I mean, people like Charlie Kirk could do it. I know Harry Sissy said he sent his application in.
Yeah, I don't know why you watch him all the time.
Actually, to be fair, I always see the people reacting to his videos.
I see the same thing.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I don't get his account per se, but
Like
I
older
get
millennial?
yes, yeah, people like him. So the one guy I saw was like, reacting to him, and at the end he goes, I could say this on behalf of everyone. I really hope that you get in. Like I pray that you get accepted because you'll be absolutely humiliated by the new press secretary. I think that'd be great. I think you should get in.
Yeah, she's pretty solid.
She's a badass.
And too, they're gonna do their best to accept people from like all sides, for both sides of the aisle. More independent, right and left as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't wait to see that.
Joe Rogan could be in there.
Yeah, I don't see him
He wouldn't
doing
be-
it. No, I don't. But yeah, maybe like Matt Walsh or Charlie Kirk. Ben Shapiro probably wouldn't do that. But too, I mean, you don't have to go all the time. You can just go like, I think at your leisure, essentially, whenever you feel like going.
I could definitely see Matt Walsh going.
Yeah. I think it's a great opportunity though. Because I mean, too, it's basically saying to the mainstream media, like, you're not as important as you're pretending to be.
Never was.
People don't want to get their news from you anymore. They'd rather listen to some millennial on TikTok give an unbiased opinion on what's going on.
Yeah, and that's what journalism should be, is unbiased opinions.
Yeah, I mean, when the news first started, like when we first had televised news, it was just the most boring thing ever. You'd have a guy sitting there reading the events that happened. No commentary or anything like that. I think it's okay to have commentary, but I think there needs to be a differentiation between reporting the news and then giving your opinion on it through commentary.
Yeah, 100%.
Personally, if I had a news station, each topic would be report the news as is, and then if you want, you can have a panel discuss their opinions on it after you report the news pretty much as is. Because you have people now on mainstream media reporting the news with their spin on it already
100%.
and not really giving it to you straight up. So yeah, I think that's a great thing for the White House to do.
Yeah, it's a good thing, I think.
Real quick,
Yeah.
because we're all halfway through our cigars. Jared is keeping up with us little guys over here. What are your thoughts on this new Powstanie?
I like it. It started off real spice heavy for me. It's mellowed out a little bit, but it's still got a good kick to it.
I agree. Like, I'm still getting a lot of spice on the Retro Hill.
It's like a weird mix, right? Because it feels very spicy, but it doesn't feel too full body, if that makes sense.
No, it's definitely not full body.
It's like
I'd say it's
upper medium.
I'd say it's leaning more towards full strength,
Yeah.
but no, it's medium body, I would say.
Yeah. Full to medium.
Remember, guys, we're trying to differentiate between strength and body now.
Yeah.
But for all the retailers watching, if you are interested in the Powstanie brand, getting this cigar or anything else, you can contact them. Mike Palmer is the new rep at Mike P at POSPIECH cigars.com. Check them out. You can also check us out at basiccigars.com. Shameless plug. No, but no, I'm enjoying this cigar. If you like it on the spicier side, this is definitely a cigar for you. Definitely not mild by any means. Jared, give us your fresh opinion now that you've smoked this cigar twice, the Gobernador from Cigar Factory New Orleans. What are your thoughts right now?
The governor is definitely spicier today than it was yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. But now it's gone again. So give it a few minutes, it'll be spicy again.
So you get a lot of flavor change in there for you, personally.
Yeah, a lot.
Which is good. People like that.
People do like that. I think this cigar, the Powstanie's been pretty consistent actually throughout.
I agree.
Yeah. Not a lot of flavor changes. I think I've said this before. I don't care either way if the cigar changes flavor or if it doesn't.
I don't either. No.
For me, it's just, is it good and enjoyable the whole way through?
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people search for, they want the transitions like every third. And if a cigar doesn't have that, they deem it a bad cigar.
Yeah, I really don't think there's a lot of cigars out there where the transition is like a real drastic change anyways. You know what I mean? Like, I always feel like it usually starts off either strong and gets lighter or vice versa.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think there's usually a gradual change in strength and body throughout the cigar. Change in flavor, obviously, but it's rare. You're right. It's rare to find a cigar that's like a drastic change every third or every so often. But two, I have no problem with a cigar that's consistent all the way through. I think honestly, it's probably harder to accomplish that.
Yeah. Like for me, Padrones don't really have a...
Yeah.
The flavor doesn't really change up, but it's such a good cigar that it doesn't really matter.
Well, I think not changing up consistency to me is great. I like to have a good flavor throughout. You know, for 30 minutes straight. It's really great.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, as long as it's good throughout the whole cigar, that's what I'm looking for. If I'm enjoying it, I don't have a problem with flavor changes or not changing at all.
I agree.
What do you think of the size for the governor?
I think it's appropriate, but I mean, I don't really have any opinion on it.
Oh, okay.
At least it's Toro, Gordo, or bigger. It's fine.
What's the ring gauge?
56.
It looks big.
It is a big cigar. I mean, me personally,
looks like a 58 to me.
I don't enjoy... Well, I prefer like staying around 50.
I agree.
56 is big for me. But I don't take that into account when like rating the cigar because that's more of a personal thing.
Yeah. I think 50 and under is like perfect.
Yeah. Because there's plenty of people out there that want more filler. They want the cigar to last longer. They want the more spice, more flavors from the filler.
Yeah.
Personally, I think most of us enjoy more of that wrapper flavor.
Yeah.
Easier in the mouth as well. Jared, however, he did have an ogre earlier, right? Like one of those. Was it an 80 or 70?
I think it was an 80.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, those are a good deal. Like, and they're actually good cigars. It's like what, $12 for that thing? Lasted 2
Something
hours.
like that, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about the Asylum, like 8x80s. They have a couple of them. They're like in the $12 range. The ogre is the barber pole with the Maduro and the Candela wrapper.
Shrek cigar.
Pretty much.
Would
Shrek's
be
dick.
cool. How like which one was it that had
What is it?
the twisted tip on it?
The twisted tip?
Like our how
Pigtail?
Yeah. But you do like 2 of those, and then it looks like Shrek.
That one doesn't have a pigtail.
He just said it did earlier.
No.
Did he not?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was talking about that.
So if you put 2 pigtails, it looks like Shrek. What do you mean by that?
Because Shrek has like the 2 horns, doesn't he?
Down-
Does he
down
not?
where?
So are you saying 2 on one side or
Oh
like
no, he
one
has
on
them
each
like
side?
he has them like on the
His ears?
Yeah, his ears.
Yeah.
But they're like horns. They're not like regular
they're ears.
ears.
They're ears. They're like small ears.
They're like the hippo ears.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool though.
What? I wonder if someone. I'm sure someone. No, yeah. If you get a wait, no.
Yeah,
Nah.
they're like horns.
Let me see.
No, those are ears.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
those are
they're his
ears.
ears,
He's got
but they,
ogre ears.
they look like horns. They don't look like my ears. Well,
Because he's an ogre.
Can we confirm ogres did in fact have ears like this?
Zach, pull that up.
First, we got to confirm if they existed.
Confirmed.
Zach's our Jamie for this podcast. Any questions? Ask Zach to look it up.
look it up. He already knows.
That is true. Zach is the official encyclopedia of the group, mainly for Teslas, but other things too.
How many hours
Confirmed.
are in a year?
What?
How many hours are in a year?
How many hours are in a year?
Mhm.
Yeah, wouldn't you like to know?
We need to hire somebody else.
Zach, how long does it take to tile about like 60 square feet?
What's the level of competence in the
Not high.
single or double people doing it? Not high?
2 people do it.
2 people doing it, not high competence? I'd say 3 days and a hollow tile.
We had another hotel.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't been there.
Got worried.
We shouldn't. We put so much mortar in there.
So me and Zach recently, mainly Zach, tiled my house today, this week.
At least you're honest about it. Is that all you did, Zach?
Just no, and I did about like $5,000 worth of electrical work.
Yeah, he did.
Work or cost?
But it's kind of a mix, really.
That's how much it probably would have cost to hire someone.
Total? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wait till Mark sees my bill though.
Yeah.
Eh.
You didn't even chip the concrete. That's the most expensive part.
I supervised.
Oh, okay, cool.
Is your bill somewhere in the ballpark of 10 grand?
Let's just say whatever my hourly rate right now is, Mark is getting charged for it.
He didn't finish the job yet, though, so.
Did I not? Oh yeah, I need to add a plug.
But if it's hourly,
You just need to move
paid,
it.
He's getting paid regardless.
I'm getting paid right now.
By who?
Electricity is flowing by Mark.
Oh, okay, good. What do you think of the cigar you're smoking, Zach? The Powstanie.
It's good.
How do you like the spice content of it?
Spicy.
Very in depth.
See, he knows everything, but he has no opinions. Is the problem?
Yeah, you're right.
When you know all the information in the world, you basically can't formulate an opinion.
That's Jared's problem too, I think.
Yeah. It's either that or you know nothing and you can't formulate an opinion. It's like the graph. What do you call this graph?
A bell
A
curve.
bell curve. I knew
Your hand?
See, he knows. It's
Your
a
hand?
bell curve. So the less you know, the less you can form an opinion. If you know like half the information, you can form the most opinions. And then when you're like Zach, who clearly knows everything, you can't formulate a single opinion.
He's like our serious, like, hey Zach, what is it? And you just like,
Don't disrespect me like that.
I'm saying it's like a voice that just
Zach
answers
knows
your
more than
questions,
Siri.
because we can't see you.
I'll never forget when he asked Jared something. He's like, "Is dirt dry?" Like, sometimes yes, sometimes no.
It can be.
All right. Last
But-
point.
But there's more? Okay. Great.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Zach wants to continue to argue.
The word dirt, right,
yeah.
kind of tells you that there's moisture in there. That's what makes it dirt. Otherwise, it would
Well,
just be sand.
No, because if you have a mess in your house,
What's the difference
Wait,
between
stop. So-
dirt and soil?
Are you saying dirt's always wet?
I'm saying there's a level of moisture inside of dirt. That's why in the state of Florida, whenever we build, we say we're building on sand because all the dirt is dry and turns sandy.
yeah, okay, but like
This is hurting my head.
when your house is dirty and you have to clean up the dirt in your house,
But that's not, you're not cleaning up dirt in your house. You're cleaning up dead skin cells.
which is you consider that dirt.
But dirt and dirty are two different things.
Dirty derives from dirt.
No, dirty derives from the Latin word deratio.
What about dirt and soil? What's the difference in that?
Soil contains nutrients.
Hmm.
So does dirt, but soil tells you that there is nutrients in there.
Okay.
Soil
so
means-
soil, not all dirt is soil, but all soil is dirt.
Mm.
That's also not true because it could be it could be manure.
To your point, though, if you were walking through a well-kept garden, would you call that dirty?
Depends how dirty my shoes got.
Now, for example, right when we tiled, we were both dirty,
Yeah, but that was very dry.
But there
but there was no dirt involved. It wasn't dry because I found grout on my seats today, so it was not dry.
My hands would beg to differ.
Podcast episode
Well,
name
that's
is
because
Dirt
all the
Dirty.
lye in there, so you don't get Lyme disease. You know what I mean? That's a joke.
Did you finish the floor?
Yeah, it's done.
Oh, wow. What else is there?
Thank God, that was stressful. I thought it'd be a lot easier.
I know.
I thought I had this done a month ago.
I'm sticking through to electrical.
Yeah, I'm never gonna tile again. Maybe I'll tile some small stuff, like the small ones that you put on a wall. Like that's pretty easy.
Oh, I got to text
Here
that
we go.
tile guy back. I was going to text him back. Never mind. I just did it myself. See what they say.
Call me when they crack.
All right, Jared, there's another point on there. I think I added last minute.
President Donald Trump announced Wednesday that he would sign an executive order for the Pentagon to prepare Guantanamo Bay to detain 30,000 criminal illegal aliens.
Once again, expanding Guantanamo Bay as he did in his first term.
Yeah, very interesting there.
Doesn't want to give it up.
Well, I think too, as we saw, or we almost saw previously, Colombia was not going to accept the plane full of migrants coming back to their country.
Yeah.
So what I think he would use that for is either the really, really bad criminals, or maybe if there is an emergency situation where he can't send them anywhere, he'll just send them there instead.
Maybe he can use it for actual criminals that hurt America too.
I
mean-
read online that they're using it for illegals where they think that they're too dangerous to send back because they're afraid that their government will send them back over here because they're too dangerous.
So it's better to put them there than to endanger either Americans or the other country that they came from.
Yeah. Also, I just don't think they want to fill our jails and our prisons with them, so it makes sense just to put them over there.
But to your point, that's usually what Guantanamo Bay is used for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
just like terrorists.
Yeah.
And Harold and Kumar.
That's what I was gonna say. I
And
think
Barack Obama.
bro just watches too much Harold and Kumar, and he's like, listen, they filmed this there.
My favorite movie.
They got it. This is my favorite movie. We got to keep it open.
And Barack Obama.
You see that Doge is saving the United States $1 billion a day currently.
That is what I saw.
Yeah. How do you feel about them putting the government workers back in office?
Oh, working in the office?
Yeah.
In person.
Listen, to this day, I'm put the camera on Jared.
Why me?
You'll find out. To this day, I believe that 90, or it used to be 100%, right? In time at Jared, 95% of people work harder in the office. Right? Jared is the exception. This guy works all the time outside of the office. But I think a lot of people who work from home don't do much. They open up their laptops, wiggle their mouse. What a company, what company was this? Well, there was a company that he wrote an algorithm to detect mouse jigglers, and he found out like half of his company was using mouse jigglers. Like, and then he got rid of them.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Facebook. Facebook accepts a lot of remote work.
I think you should
Cut out
have
a lot of people.
You should have that regardless, because even in the office, you still have people that are they don't have the mouse jigglers, but they're doing it themselves. Essentially, they're just
Yeah, there definitely is a happy medium, in my opinion. Like, to have some leniency, or like, hey, I'm getting my towel redone. Can I just work from home? Oh yeah, sure, that's fine. You can do all your work at home. This way, you don't feel trapped at work, and you don't get like stuck there, whatever. But
I agree.
I think, yeah, there should definitely be an option to do that. For example, if you need to do something like that. And then obviously, as long as the work's getting done, that's the most important part, is the work getting done.
yeah,
And if the work continues to get done, you can give more leniency to those employees that do a good job. Well, I mean, what you're seeing whenever the camera is not on Jared is he's actually coding with his laptop.
But the federal workers, he's going to buy them out. So you can buy them out and then they can leave. And those that won't return will just self-quit.
well,
Yeah, they get 8 months severance package.
yeah.
Does that include Congress?
What?
Those
the
are
$1 billion?
voted-
No, the
Remote workers?
yeah.
Oh, I think so. It's any federal employee.
It should include Congress, because in Congress, like they barely work.
Yeah.
Well, they barely work when they're there either. So,
Yeah, but you're more inclined to do stuff while you're there.
yeah, at least you look like you're doing something. But yeah, sometimes, like, especially the last 4 years, you tune into something that's going on in Congress and there's like 10 people there. I know that they don't have to be there all the time. Like, not everything is required to be in person, but there was a lot of that last 4 years.
Yeah. Proxy voting, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. People falling asleep.
Or just dying. You have people essentially they have their handlers do it for them anyway. Like, oh, what is Ginsburg, or not Ginsburg, what's that one old dying one besides Nancy Pelosi? We'll use Nancy Pelosi as an example.
The girl, the lady.
Yeah.
What, Senator
forgot her
Dianne
name, but-
Feinstein?
Yeah, Feinstein.
Yeah,
Feinstein.
But
Oh,
she,
they
she
found
is
out-
dead, though.
Yeah, but they found
For a
out.
while.
That,
Oh,
She's
you're
been there
right.
for a while.
You're
Yeah.
right. Wow.
but they found out for 6 months that she was in a freaking retirement home or hospice or something. Nobody knew where she was
What?
at.
That's my point.
That's a different lady, but yeah.
Is that Ginsburg?
No.
No, Ginsburg. Yeah,
She
it was
died
Ginsburg,
forever
the
ago.
Supreme Court.
Yeah, but she died even before.
no,
I know
not
what I'm
Dianne
saying.
Feinstein
She was
did.
gone for a while, and people
gone out of work. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
people thought that she had already been dead, and they were just pretending she was alive, so that way she could cast a vote one way or the other.
Yeah, that was kind of sketchy.
One thing I do believe in, though, is the work week should be 4 days.
Yeah, 410s, I think, too.
100%.
Yeah. Not even 4 10s. I think it should be 4 8-hour days.
Yeah.
I think majority of, like, especially like, white collar workers, right? People working in offices and stuff could get their work done within a 4-day period. Because then, you know what happens on Friday. Everyone's like BSing around the office. People,
That's what we're seeing now. I mean, especially after COVID, when we went back to in person, if I left the office Friday at like 3 or 4, half the parking lot would already be gone.
Yeah.
And
you stay late.
5 o'clock traffic was moved up to like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. When I leave work, if I leave at 3:30, I'm fine. If I leave at like 3:45, I'm fucked.
Yeah, everyone's leaving an hour early now. So, I mean,
Still more work days and weekend days. It makes sense. It's like a better balance. Like, why work 5 days and then have 2 days off? And then the last day you have off, you're like, oh, I got to go to work tomorrow.
well, I think that the one thing that shouldn't change is like banking hours, for example. But that would help if people had like Friday off, for example, they could go to the bank. Because a lot of banks still are closed on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of banks close early on Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some that are open now. But for a long time, it was just weekdays.
Yeah.
People couldn't go to the bank because they didn't have a long enough lunch break or...
I think about that too. And with the DMV, like if you're working a 9 to 5, like you have no shot of going to the DMV.
That's a great example because you're not going to get... I mean, it's been better for us now, but you can't... A lot of times you can't go to the DMV in under an hour and get something done.
Yeah, no way. Yeah.
I think my dad said in New Jersey now it's all like appointment only. Like you can't just go. Like, you
Most
have
of-
to, like set an
Yeah,
appointment.
Same thing over here. A lot of it's appointment only.
Yeah. But even you go for your appointment and, they still make you wait an hour.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah, that's ridiculous. But it's been better now. I mean, when I went to get my registration renewed, I literally walked in. Jared was with me. It was 5 minutes total. Walking in, sat down, stood back up, got my thing done, and left.
It felt like an hour though.
It always
just kidding,
does.
I'm
It
just
always does when you're at the DMV. No, I don't blame you.
Remember
Yeah.
to renew your registration, kids,
I
Yeah.
gotta renew mine
or
too.
you'll get towed.
The problem is I did the 2-year renewal for the first time. And I think that's why I forgot.
Yeah.
Did you do
Because-
it again 2 years?
Yeah. But I put a reminder in my phone. Remind me 2 years
It's cheaper.
from now. I mean, yeah, that's why I did it. But two, because it ends up being around $100. So it's like, I can do this every other year instead of going every year.
Yeah. I gotta change everything now. My driver's license by registration.
Not really.
Mm. Oh, you're in a different county too.
Yeah.
Oh. As long as you do it before midterms.
Yeah, so wait 2 years. Yeah, 2 years.
I got out of jury duty for moving counties. They put
Fraud?
me up for no. They had me still at my mom's address, and then when I moved here, they're like, "Hey, you have jury duty," and I was like, "No, I don't." They have like the exclusion, and I got out of it.
Hmm.
I still have yet to be called for jury duty.
Bless you.
I didn't understand how all that worked. That was something else.
I got the letter once, and fortunately, they didn't end up needing me.
Yeah. What happens if you have jury duty and you get caught in like a year-long case? Like a case that just takes like a crazy amount of time.
I mean, I think they do have to compensate you, but a lot of times for some people, it's not enough.
It's
So-
not a lot at all. I think it's
yeah.
like $50 a day or something.
No, yeah.
Like I thought about that during the Young Thug trial. He was on trial for like I think 2 years. Like with a jury.
Yeah.
They should do it where like you give them your income and they have to.
Match it.
That,
Match
that's
it.
how that's really what they should do.
Yeah, and two, they could what they will do is just add that into the exclusions as well. They'll be like, "Oh, how much money do you make?" And if they make like over 75 grand, they're gonna be like, nah,
We're not going to pay you.
Yeah, we'll find someone else.
Yeah, but if,
No,
if you're
they
like
can't do that,
prosecuting, yeah, if you're prosecuting someone like Bernie Madoff, who was like a multimillionaire to billionaire, and it's supposed to be a jury of your peers, how does it make any sense?
That's a great point. That is
Yeah.
a great point.
Yeah, that's Yeah.
Suck it up. Wonder what Doge thinks about that.
So you're saying a jury?
I think jury
if-
of peers just mean like people around the same area as you.
yeah, but then
Not-
look
not
where he
like-
lived, though. I mean, like every penthouse be around.
That's not true because sometimes in certain cases they have to take people from out of the county.
Oh yeah, if it's a high
So it's not
profile.
location based. Yeah.
I don't know. Final thoughts on your cigar?
You smoked it to the nub.
Mine was great.
Yeah, base is always great. No, I enjoyed it. Definitely a spice heavy cigar. If that's what you guys like, definitely check that out. What do you think, Jared?
I think the flavor is kind of going away at this point. And the spice is pretty much gone.
Is there still flavor though, or are you just talking about spice?
Both. I think yesterday was a lot better.
Oh, okay.
So I think I got to smoke it like a third time to really decide.
It is possible. All right. We good? All right, we'll wrap it up there. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Cigar Guys. We'll see you next time.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Cigar Guys podcast. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all the latest episodes. Looking for short form content? Check out all our social media accounts in the description below.